Good morning, wonderful ones. It's Elizabeth with Willow Root Tarot, and we are reading from Seasons of the Witch, Yule Oracle, Y-U-L-E, Yule Oracle. That's the pagan holiday that we are currently sitting in. I love this deck. I love this whole series. All right, let's see what we have. We're shuffling. I love how whatever I think about or chat about comes when I'm doing it. It could be something about the weather, what my dog did, anything, the way the card feels. And I will find that in the message. I love it. There's always some kind of tie-in. All right, I can feel a sensation coming up through my hands, forming in my hands rather. And that's definitely an indicator to go ahead and cut. I don't always get that sensation anymore, but when I get it, I definitely move with it. And we have self-care. All right, I'm loving this already. Card 31, personal habit of mine. I always add up the numbers. 31, 3 plus 1. That's going to give us 4. And key 4, or card 4, you can interchange that. Key 4 in the major arcana is the Emperor. So we have some Emperor energy lending itself to the card self-care. That is beautiful. While the Emperor would never actively ignore something, they may rationalize putting it on the back burner and then may keep it there for too long. So self-care can often, in my world, be put aside. I'll do this later. Oh, I'll get on my yoga mat. Just give me an hour. I'll get there. I forget. I don't do it. Little things like that. Putting things on the back burner is okay. It's necessary at times, but don't forget that it's there. All right. And then on the card itself. So that was my intuitive read, just looking briefly at the card before I've read the poem. I like to go ahead and connect with the card immediately. So I start by intuitively reading. Now on the card itself, which you are about to see in a minute, there's a poem. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. Okay, so I'll read through that a few times, which I often do, especially with this deck. It is poetic, it's beautiful, and it takes me a minute. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. So what it's saying to me, when it says, if not me, then who? It is talking about, if not to love myself, then who would I love? RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? RuPaul says this, if not me, then who? If I can't love myself, well, let's not say it like that. Let's say, if I am not loving myself, of myself, for myself, with myself, by myself, as I stand with me, by myself, then how the hell am I going to love anybody else? If not me, then who? Let's change the tone. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. Like, so my heart, like, have you captured someone's heart? Do they hold your heart, being in love? But my heart physically is the closest to me. My heart lives within my body, ensconced within my rib cage, part of my being. My heart is first. Without my heart, I would not be here. I would not be alive. My heart. That is self-care, checking in and checking out yourself. How am I looking today? How's my fit? How's my mental fit? All right, let's see what we have. So we have card. Let's go ahead and mute that. Card 31. Okay, self-care. Taking time for self-care is about more than baths, candles, and cups of tea. There are many ways to embrace self-care. You may need to nurture your social self-care by spending more time with family and loved ones. You may need to engage in more creative self-care by allowing yourself to make a mess and opening yourself up to creative expression. You may need to nourish your self-care. You may need to nourish your career self-care by taking a class or cleaning out old files. When was the last time y'all cleaned up your AI memory? Ouch! The most important thing about self-care is maintaining a balance across all areas of your life. Examine the areas of your life that have been neglected by exploring other cards in your reading or pulling additional cards for clarity. What have you ignored in favor of something else? And what can you do today to pay more attention to this area? Do not take these things for granted. You never know when it will be the last time you'll get a chance to spend with someone. You may think some things are here forever, only to find that those situations, people, connections, and opportunities have slipped you by in your neglect. Not only that, but by not tending to all areas of your life, you may find that you have felt incomplete. There isn't any one part of life that can create complete happiness on its own. Like those back burner items, that's why we don't leave them there, because they do create the whole. They just don't need to be spoken to, nurtured, curated in that moment. All right, and that's discernment. That's something that I think just comes with practice. Maybe not. Maybe we lose the ability to discern the older we get and the more options that are presented to us. Oh, all right, you guys are awesome.